Hello, my name is Elshadai, and well, here's my TED Talk. I'm not sure why, but the need to do something spectacular and wondrous always filled my head. The want of purpose and motivation, because just living every day wasn't enough. Living with everything you need, but never understanding what it is that you truly want. Why can't I be human, but also someone who's made an impact significant enough that the guilt and yearning of not doing enough doesn't eat at my soul? My worth has always been discerned by others, and now I don't know what I am worth without comparing my accomplishments with the accomplishments of everyone around me. Being special has, ironically, become more normalized as the years go by. Schools have developed the idea that being different was interesting and cool and therefore something to be coveted. The idea was created to create more inclusivity. And as time went by, it became more isolating. I always wanted to set myself apart from others as a way to create a feeling of self-importance. I kept creating reasons that I was simply different from my peers because it let me see myself as someone better. But as I found more reasons that I was special, I lost integral parts of my humanity. Empathy, companionship, and so on had become increasingly distant from myself. While I was writing this, I looked up synonyms of unique, because there's only so many times that you can repeat a word without an audience noticing. Here is what I found: distinctive, special, quirky, isolated, alone. I had a challenging time understanding and relating to the people around me. The only thing I could do at this point was lean into the aspects of me that were special. But here I met a roadblock of sorts. As much as people want to encourage others not to hide and be their unique selves, they also internally despise those same people. Well, I suppose despise is the wrong word. More so, they expect people to be unique in an isolated and controlled manner. You should be smart, but not too much so that you come off as harsh. Innovative, but not messy. People expect you to make it look easy. An undercut genius, if you will. No one wants to see the beginning of the sketchbook when you're just learning how to draw. That part of your life where everything wasn't perfect enough. They want to skip to the end, the success story. They want to see the happy ending rather than the grueling journey. Once you fulfilled all those expectations, you feel like you need to keep it up. It overtakes your entire life until all that is left is stress and pain, obscured by perfection and quote unquote individuality. Even though you might start to avoid things that make you happy, and then you start to take on things that cause you pain. All for what? For others? For yourself? Why would you be doing this to yourself? You can feel the pressure on your back. Wouldn't it be lovely to just let go and feel freedom again? So to break free, I could suggest 3 tips that I can share, mostly because 3 is the first number that came to mind. 1, talk to yourself. Now, that might sound bad, but just try it. Sit in a room and start a conversation with yourself. You might even learn something new. It doesn't have to be a momentous philosophical conversation where you find out what the meaning of life is. Just small talk is fine. When others ask you what your favorite color is, you can say anything. You can lie to them. But alone, you don't really have to. Maybe you've never been asked this question and you need to dig deep and find out what your favorite color is. Or you might have a color in mind that just you don't really feel comfortable sharing. Now, color is just a simple example for something much, much harsher. But over time, you can really find things about yourself that you've ignored for so long. Tip number 2, listen to music. Now, you might be saying, Elshadai, I've been listening to music since the dawn of time. And I would say, well, that's just impossible, but who am I to judge? And well, that's neither here nor there. Music is just so amazingly diverse and broad that you could spend 1 second listening to pop and another listening to Faltronica. It's a real genre. Listening to music is freeing, and you can be a whole new person while listening to it. Now, tip number 3, trust yourself. Now, this is much more broad than the other 2 tips, but I can't tell you how to be you. As corny as it sounds, you're the only person who can tell you what you should do or who you should be. The first 2 tips are just pushes, but trusting yourself and building that trust is an integral part of being human. If you can't trust yourself, the world can become a dark place where you're trying to navigate it with others' hands pushing and pulling at you in varying directions. What I'm trying to tell you is that you need to find a way and fill the need to set yourself apart from the crowd. Why do you need to set yourself apart from the crowd? You need to ask yourself that question. The phrase everyone is special is an oxymoron. So instead of taking others into account, do what you feel makes you special. This could be something completely ordinary or the strangest hobby in the world. Because either way, the world may shun you, or worse, ignore you. I don't need to set myself apart by wearing strangely formal attire. I do because it empowers me. You don't need to change the world, but if you truly want to change it, twist it to your own image. Be as selfless or selfish as you want, because everyone is ordinary. And most of all, no one really cares as much as you might think they do. So why should you? Thank you.